Okay, let's move forward to accidents. So let's consider that you've had the bad luck to have an accident.
Yeah.
What is the first thing you must do after an accident? Do you have to stop? Is it legal requirement you stop?
First thing that you must do is to keep calm, okay? In order to see what has happened, okay? To have a view. If the vehicle is in a situation, in a position on the road that you can create more accidents, okay? It's good that you move the car.
So you're legally allowed to move the car if it is a sensible thing to do?
Yeah.
Yes. Because in some countries you can't move it 1 millimeter, otherwise you get arrested.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is that thing that in many cases a small accident is the origin of a big accident.
Yes,
okay?
exactly.
It is that if you have a small accident on the road, okay, and you don't move the car, and there are more cars involved, that can be the origin of a very big accident.
Yes.
It is because you can move the car. If you are going to do it, okay, it is good that you make some photograph.
Yes.
Before doing that.
And of course the world has changed because everybody now has cameras, phones rather, with cameras, and so it is now so easy to take photographs.
Yeah.
And it's a very good idea to take lots of photographs before you move your car or you allow the other person to move their car.
And if there is any other cars involved, before moving the car, it will be good if you confirm with the other part that they are agreeing doing it. Yeah.
Yes.
In order to have that confirmation and in order to avoid any dispute or in the future.
Yes.
Okay. It is that you comment the moving of the car with the other parties involved, make photograph, and put all of people involved in the accident secure.
If you do have an accident, let's say your car touches and causes damage to another car, are you under a legal obligation to stop?
Yeah.
You can't just take his registration number and move on.
No, you must stop and you must take all the details of the other part. You have the obligation to give all your details to the other part.
And do you have a legal obligation also to telephone the police, or is that for you and the other driver to decide?
You have no obligation to call the police. It is that if an accident happens, it's a small accident. Both parties are agreeing about how that has happened. Okay, it is possible to sign a simple writing. Okay, simple document. Okay, accident form.
Accident report form.
Report form. That is, and both parties will sign that document, state how that happened, and it was your fault or not. Simple document that if both parties are agreed, you will sign, you will inform to the insurance company, and no need to involve to the police.
And in fact, in the case of small accidents, frankly, the police don't want to get involved because they have other things to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not necessary for small accidents to involve the police.
Yes. Do you have a legal obligation to carry a first aid kit in your car?
You have no legal obligation of that, but it is advisable.
A good idea.
Yeah.
If you're involved in an accident, do you have any legal obligation to give first aid to anyone who is injured?
Yeah, you have the obligation to do it if you know how to do it.
If you know how, of course.
Okay,
yes.
Of course. It is that, but you have the obligation to help to all people involved, okay?
And of course, that would not just because you've had an accident, even if you see someone in the street, you have a legal obligation to help your fellow man to the best extent that you can.
That is the same.
As part of Spanish law.
Yeah.
So, let's assume for the moment you decide not to call the police because it's only a tiny accident. What information do you have to give to the driver of the other vehicle?
You must give, you complete one simple form with with drawing, okay, of map of what has happened, okay. You have the obligation to give the details of your insurance.
Yes.
A copy of all the details of your passport or identification card,
yes.
Okay, detail of your insurance, the number of the plate, and a telephone number.
Yes.
A contact number to contact with the other parties because the insurance company, the other insurance company is going to contact you, maybe to clarify any point. It's good that you give a telephone number, an email address to the other party.
And you've talked about the accident report form. In Spain, every year when you get your new insurance, you will get a piece of paper from the insurance company that says, if you have an accident, this is what you have to fill in.
Yeah, it is.
And that if you have a hire car, you should have one of those as well.
Yeah.
If you haven't got one of those, because, for example, it's a foreign car you're driving,
Yeah.
is there any place you can get them in Spain? Can you go to the police station and get an accident report form or something in advance, not after an accident, but just say you've got one in the car?
You can get it. You can contact with the specific department of the police,
Yes.
traffic department, and you can get a copy of that. It is a form of that is good that you have on the
Yes.
car. There is one thing that I would like to mention. It is that document is in Spanish.
Yes,
okay?
of course.
If you are involved with maybe Spanish people, okay, and you are completing that form, and you don't understand 100% what you are signing, what you are stating, don't sign, don't do it.
Should we just say that again? Because this is a number one lesson, isn't it, of all aspects of the law. If you don't understand it, don't sign it.
That is.
Because it's once you've signed that, that's a legally binding admission that you have made.
Yeah.
And if you say later on, oh, I didn't know what I was doing, tough.
That is because it is so important to understand what you are doing.
Yes.
Okay? If you understand, if you have a good communication with the people involved in the accident, and it's clear, 100% clear, what you are signing in that form, do it.
Yes.
If you have any question, you don't understand what all the people are saying, and don't do it, don't sign. In that case, the best is that you call to the police.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, you can, on the accident report form, say in English or in German or in Russian what you think has happened.
That is.
Then neither you nor the other driver sign it, but there it is. It's a record at the time of what you both said.
That is correct. It will be a good advice.
Now, you said something about staying calm. That's sometimes not very easy, isn't it?
No.
I was involved in an accident. I was a passenger in a car driven by one of my lawyer colleagues many years ago. And I have to say, it was only a tiny little bump. But you might have thought that World War III had started. There were Spanish people jumping up and down and shouting and banging their fists on the roof.
Yeah.
Sometimes people do get a bit excited after accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stay calm is a very good
Keep calm. In some cases, it's difficult because it's a situation in which you are in seconds, okay?
Yes.
And you don't know how to react.
Yes.
And maybe it's the first situation like that you have had in your life.
You're right, exactly. Yes.
It is that, but you must be prepared for that situation.
Yes.
It is that you don't forget, keep calm.
Yes.
Okay. Don't do things that normally you don't do. Okay.
Yes.
It is keep calm. Think about what is happening, and when an accident is taking place, it's good to get all the details.
Yes.
That people involved, if there are some
Names and addresses of any witnesses, lots of photographs, and don't sign anything unless you know what you're signing.
That is. And one other thing that is advisable when you have an accident, and that is something that I recommend to do, the day after the accident, is to write down what has happened.
And also, the day after the accident, if possible, to go back and take more photographs when you have thought about what is relevant.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
And maybe even prepare a little sketch map of the situation.
Yeah, it is. It can happen, and it happens. It's usual that when you have an accident, the day after the accident, 2 days after the accident, all is clear for you what has happened. But if you must go to a court case about the accident, because a big accident, it happens that after 6-7 months, you have here a different version about the accident, and you don't know in truth what is your version.
Exactly.
And you are confused.
Exactly.
And it is good that from the beginning, you put clear in writing what is your version, what has happened.
Yes. And of course, if the accident was your fault,
Yeah.
It's quite a good thing to say so right at the beginning. This makes the other people feel more calm, and it saves an awful lot of wasted time and money.
Yeah.
If you have pulled out of a side street directly into the side of another car, that's your fault. You might as well say, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, you involve the insurance company.
And then away we go.
And then you will assume the consequences of that.
Yes.
But yeah.
Exactly. Now, you will have a legal obligation to report the accident to your insurance company.
Yeah.
Even if it's a tiny accident and you're maybe not going to make a claim against the insurance company, you still have to report it to them.
If you don't want to report to the insurance company, you have no obligation to do it.
Oh, right. Okay.
But you are going to assume the consequence of that accident.
Because if you don't report it, they won't pay.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you are not reporting the insurance company, they don't pay. But it can happen for small accidents that you don't report the insurance company for many reasons. Maybe if it is a small accident and that you can solve paying 100 euros. In some cases, the insurance company gives you a premium, a special premium, if you have had no accident during the previous year. Okay. Yes. And that premium maybe can be more than 100
more than 100 euros. Okay? A lot more than 100 euros.
It is that in some cases, it can happen that I don't report the insurance company, but if I don't do it, I cannot expect that the insurance company is going to cover that.
So if you have any thought at all that you're going to make a claim, you must report it to protect your own position.
Of course. From the beginning, we must inform to the insurance company.
And it's always worth remembering, isn't it, that even a small amount of damage on a car can sometimes cost a lot of money to fix. You know, you think, oh, well, it's only a tiny dent, but you find that something underneath has been bent, and then the whole car needs to be resprayed, and we're suddenly talking 5,000 euros for something that you wouldn't have even bothered to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you do report to your insurance company, is the usual effect that it increases your insurance premium for the following year?
Yeah,
yes.
It is that you are going to have normally you have a special price if you have had no accident. If you are reporting, you will pay more in the following year. Yeah.